Good evening, this is Akashvani Kohima. I am Kuku with the evening news. The headlines. Governor of Nagaland, La Ganesan, calls for concerted efforts in accelerating robust response against TB. Nagaland observes International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Advisor Wangpang Konyak says government is committed in removing barriers towards inclusion. Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat describes Hornbill Festival as largest tribal festival celebrated globally. And traffic advisory issues on Kohima-Moa National Highway stretch in view of stone pulling ceremony tomorrow. Now the news in detail. Governor of Nagaland La Ganesan today called for concerted efforts to complement the government's strategy in accelerating a robust response against TB. The governor was addressing the Nikshay Mitra campaign under Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan with elected representatives, administrative heads of departments and heads of departments at Raj Bhavan, Kohima. He highlighted that India is home to the highest number of TB cases with approximately 28 lakh people affected annually.
Government efforts are bearing significant results. The task demands a collective effort. Our government has initiated the Community Support to TB Patient Program. This is not mere policy. It is a call to action.
The governor expressed delight that there are 410 Nikshay Mitras in Nagaland, comprising individuals and organizations committed to supporting nearly 1,000 TB patients. La Ganesan urged the participants to commit to adopting TB patients from their respective localities and to disseminate the message of the noble cause through collaborative efforts. International Day of Persons with Disabilities 2024 is being observed today in Nagaland. The theme for this year is Amplifying the Leadership of Persons with Disabilities for an Inclusive and Sustainable Future. In Kohima, the Office of the State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, along with Department of Social Welfare, celebrated the day at Kisama. Speaking at the program, Advisor of Social Welfare Department, Wangpang Konyak said the state government is committed in removing barriers, physical, social, and institutional, that hinders progress towards inclusion.
Today's event is a celebration of resilience, creativity, and potential. It is also the call to action. As a policymakers, community members, and as a fellow human beings, let us ensure inclusion is not just a vision, but a reality. By supporting and amplifying the leadership of persons with special abilities, we contribute to the future that is not only inclusive, but also sustainable.
State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Diethono Nakro, in her keynote address said the day reminds us not only of the rights and dignity of persons with disabilities, but also of the incredible leadership, strength, and potential within our society. She said that sustainable development cannot happen without the inclusion of all, adding that for an inclusive future means persons with disabilities are recognized as key players to drive forward solutions that benefit everyone.
But for this to happen, we must dismantle the systemic barriers that prevent persons with disabilities from taking up leadership roles. These barriers are not just physical. They are attitudinal, institutional, and social. It is about changing mindsets, about seeing beyond the disability to the leadership potential in each person.
On the occasion, the State Commissioner PWDs called on the central and state governments, civil society organizations, the private sector, and the general public to commit to creating an environment that amplifies and empowers the leadership of disabled individuals. District Level Committee for Persons with Disabilities, PWDs, Dimapur, along with various government and civil organizations, observed International Day of Persons with Disabilities in Dimapur today. Speaking on the occasion, Chairperson Nagaland State Human Rights Commission, Justice Songkhupchung Serto, encouraged the PWDs to focus on their abilities as every one of them are individuals with the capacity to develop their own best ability.
This is the day when we celebrate the unmeasurable bond of love shared between parents and children, and courage and determination of both. This is also the day when we celebrate equality among humankind in its highest form.
Highlights of the program included short sharing from the different organizations and aids and appliances distribution by Pradhan Mantri Divyasha Kendra, Dimapur. Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan, also known as the Accessible India campaign, is celebrating its 9th anniversary today. It is a transformative initiative aimed at creating an accessible and inclusive India for persons with disabilities. This campaign focuses on improving infrastructure, transportation, and public spaces to make them more accessible, while also raising awareness about the rights and needs of Divyangjan. From accessible public transport to inclusive educational initiatives, this campaign has enabled millions of Divyangjan to lead lives of dignity and respect. This is Akashvani Kohima giving you the news. For quick news update, follow us on our X handles AIR News Alerts and AIR_Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Union Minister of Culture and Tourism, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, participated in the Lok Drum Pulling event at the 25th Hornbill Festival 2024 held at Naga Heritage Village, Kisama in Kohima today. Speaking to the media after the event, Mr. Shekhawat said, the festival has grown to become an internationally recognized festival of festivals, showcasing diverse music and cultures from around the globe.
Come from all around the world. They are witnessing this festival, and I'm sure that they are going to endorse this, that this is truly the largest tribal festival being celebrated all across the world. And this festival, the tourism potential of Nagaland and the northeastern states, it is going to multiply in the coming years. I wish all the success.
Earlier, the Union Minister graced the Cultural Connect program as the chief guest and witnessed the cultural extravaganza from the tribes of Nagaland. In view of the 25th Hornbill Stone Pulling ceremony tomorrow, the Kohima-Moa National Highway to stretch from Jakhama Military Station to Kisama Heritage Village, second gate, will remain closed from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. A traffic advisory issued by the Kohima Police stated that all vehicles coming from Manipur will be diverted via Viswema, Kidima Prayer Park, Kezocha, Chakabama, New Secretariat, Meriema, IG Stadium, Teak Hill Model Village Road, and vice versa for Manipur-bound vehicles coming from Dimapur. NST shuttle bus coming from Kohima will continue to operate. However, shuttle bus service from Kiwema to Kisama will remain suspended during the ceremony. Akashvani Kohima, in collaboration with Horticulture Department, Government of Nagaland, under BIND scheme today, organized a one-day workshop on fostering growth empowering women in sustainability at Hortiscape, Kisama. Assistant Director Program, Head of Program of Akashvani Kohima, Abhino Lasu, said the workshop is a step towards fulfillment of the government's vision of high-quality content and diverse topic towards reaching greater national and international audiences.
Women's participation in economic growth has been growing exponentially in our state, and it is my sincere hope that today's discussion, which is to be held shortly, will be a stepping stone towards empowering the women attending today.
Director of Horticulture Department, Maya Sashi, emphasized on achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, especially those related to hunger and responsible consumption and production.
Our state also working and achieving that zero hunger, no poverty, all these things we are working on. Another aspect is when we come to sustainable farming system.
During the workshop, topics discussed were on mushroom cultivation as a sustainable livelihood for women folk in Nagaland and soilless solution, endless growth, experience the future of farming with hydroponic. Tsankyu from Yumkyung tribe today won the male category of bamboo stilt race competition on day 3 of the 25th edition of Hornbill Festival at Naga Heritage Village, Kisama. The event was organized by the State Department of Youth Resources and Sports. The second position was won by Heroto from Sumi tribe, while the third position was won by Tsiutang from Tikir tribe. In the female category, M. Temsenaro won the first position, second position went to Muglivi from Sumi tribe, and the third position was won by Repaishi from Tikir tribe. In the male tourist category, Alex from USA won first position, Rahul from Bihar won second position, and third position went to Adesh Rai from Nepal. In the female category, Charlotte from USA won first position, Ronta from Sweden won second position, and third position was won by Sunita from Andhra Pradesh. To end the evening news, here are the headlines once again. Governor of Nagaland La Ganesan calls for concerted efforts in accelerating robust response against TB. Nagaland observed International Day of Persons with Disabilities. Advisor Wangpang Konyak says government is committed in removing barriers towards inclusion. Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat describes Hornbill Festival as largest tribal festival celebrated globally. And traffic advisory issues on Kohima-Moa National Highway stretch in view of stone pulling ceremony tomorrow. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.